Hi, welcome back to the Neurometabolic video series. My name is Dr. Sean Price. I am the clinical director here at ChiroSpa in Fort Walton Beach, Florida. In this video, I want to discuss a common question that I hear from patients, and that is, why am I having this autoimmune condition? What triggered this for it to all of a sudden come on me? And there are a lot of triggers. We've talked about some of these in a previous video that we had. There can be stress, physical trauma, emotional trauma, different things along those lines. But the basic factors that are involved is you have genetics and you have your environment. Now again, your environment can consist of physical stress, emotional stress, traumas, different things along those lines, but they also consist of a lot of chemicals, and that's what I'm going to talk about today, or in this video. Now, let's talk about genetics for 1 second. Genetics indicates that there's a predisposition for an expression of a certain disease process or a certain illness or a certain genetic potential. Genetics carry a genetic potential. It does not mean that just because your mom had hypothyroidism, it does not necessarily mean that you're going to have hypothyroidism. There has to be something in your environment that triggers this to happen in most cases. And if you maintain a proper environment to keep that genetic expression from happening, and a lot of times you can live the life without this genetic expression. So that's one thing that I want people to understand about genetics. Genetics are a predisposition, but it does not mean that it has to happen. Now, what is one of the key factors in our environment? Well, one of the key factors in our environment is chemicals. Everything around us is chemistry. The carpeting in our house, the hardwoods in our house, the treatment that goes on the hardwood in our house, the sheetrock, the paint that's on the sheetrock, the ceiling materials that are used to make the ceiling, the air conditioning vent going through and having the Freon involved with that, and the things that are involved with your air quality in your house, the chemicals you cook with, the chemicals that line your cookware. There are chemicals in everything that we do. And a lot of these chemicals, our body can process it as long as our liver is okay and our liver can handle this chemical processing. But there are chemicals that they build up if your liver becomes weak or if you're predisposed to something that can cause trouble for you. So for example, some of the chemicals in our environment, cigarette smoke. Everybody knows that cigarette smoke causes lung cancer, but what a lot of people don't realize is there are a lot of detrimental effects that come from cigarette smoke outside of lung cancer. There are over 500 chemicals in cigarette smoke, and when you breathe those in, it goes straight into your lungs and straight into your bloodstream and exposes your body to these toxins. Plastics. We use a lot of plastics, Tupperware dishes, plastic water bottles that we drink out of. But one of the biggest problems is if you constantly reuse water bottles, a plastic water bottle to drink, that plastic leaches into your water, and a lot of those plastics can cause estrogen imbalances and they can be toxic to the thyroid. Cleaning supplies, huge. We have some harsh chemicals that we use to clean our house, and we breathe that in and we expose ourselves to it on our skin. Cosmetics and perfumes. There are a lot of things, people that have gluten sensitivity, there are a lot of glutens in a lot of our cosmetics that women use. Obviously not that I use, but that women use. And this can be a problem. This can cause sensitivities for people. Pesticides, they use pesticides on our foods to keep the bugs away from the foods. It's very important that you wash and dry your vegetables because those pesticides can build up in the body. On and on and on, like I've discussed. Lots and lots of chemicals, gasoline in your car, all kinds of chemicals everywhere. Now here's the problem. Your body has a natural defense mechanism for, okay, go ahead. I'm sorry, I have my 3-year-old son here and he just walked out of the room. Our body has a natural defense mechanism to detoxify those chemicals in our body, and that's called the liver. If your liver is toxic and it can't detoxify the blood, then you run into trouble. And if you remember from the video before where I talked about thyroid metabolism, remember how the conversion of T4 to T3 happens a lot in the liver? Well, that can be an indicator as to why a chemical effect can have a direct relationship to you having thyroid symptoms. So it's very important to remember that you can't recover your health. You can't build health one day at a time, one diet at a time, one miracle pill at a time, one supplement at a time, or one medication at a time. You can, however, rebuild your health by learning a customized program that's designed to support your specific body and help your specific body function at its best. And that's how you recover your health. That's what we do here in our office, so I hope to see you soon. Thank you. Have a great day.